Josh, what's your win rate in arguments?
I never see it as a win. I'd say
50-50?
50-50.
What if I told you you could be more like 100% win rate?
That'd be crazy. That's a crazy thing to say, actually.
Well, with the power of AI,
Okay. I see where this is going. Yeah.
anything is possible.
Mm,
Because we are now in a world where anything can be solved with AI.
That's true. Even arguments.
Yes, because now we're talking about how couples are using AI to fight and win arguments. and it's
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
kind of funny because it's like the AI is statistically saying that you're insecure.
That's
That's it.
crazy.
You are 100%. AI has said it.
That's so crazy to even think about.
AI says you're cringe. What do you say
Oh
about that?
God. I would say that I mean AI is being used for a lot of things, so I could understand it being used for things like what people would consider
Arguments.
arguments,
I mean, it's already been using for
discussions,
like
yeah.
relationship advice and stuff, or like
Yeah.
just regular stuff like that. But now it's being used for this. And this whole thing comes up because a Reddit user said or asked Reddit whether he's the asshole for saying that his girlfriend needs to stop using ChatGPT to win arguments.
I would say that they should put into a prompt how do I make it seem like I'm not winning arguments using ChatGPT.
Yeah,
Put
so
that into the prompt. Put that into the prompt and see what pops up.
so it seems like this person was going and using ChatGPT, or like the girlfriend was. Basically, they would argue. She would go discuss what they talked about in the argument to ChatGPT. ChatGPT would then go and then give advice, and like then she'll come back and then um I guess win the argument, as you see here. It's like she'll come back and then come back with a well-constructed argument breaking down everything this person said
Hmm.
and did during the argument and like breaking it down. And we have more insight on this in a second after you consider hitting that subscribe button, hitting that like button, coming to interesting videos like this one all the time. So make sure to hit that subscribe button. So the big one is he the asshole?
I will say that I don't see it, maybe.
Really?
You know,
Like her going and like asking AI for assistance and then coming back and then saying like this is what you did wrong.
I think that first off, I don't think if you're at that point, I don't think it's being healthy.
What?
To be honest, to use
Do you think it
AI
is?
use AI
To like
to help
win?
solve or to win, because from
Is
from
that
the
it's already
perspective,
failing relationship at this point?
yeah, for the perspective is that if you're trying to win an argument, I think that
There's other things.
there's other things that are probably need to be
Yeah.
addressed.
I
Um,
also agree that there's obviously some larger issue going on. Like
yeah,
maybe you aren't meant for each other at this point. You
yeah.
need to like take a look in the mirror and see like, well,
Be,
maybe.
I mean, this is first off, I'm not a relationship coach or anything
Oh no,
like that,
neither am I.
but I'm just saying that if things like that are happening,
Mm-hmm.
if you're trying to win an argument instead of resolve an argument where both parties come out better for it, I think that's probably the most ideal thing. And I know for a fact that ChatGPT could give you the best resolution when given the prompt of let's say not winning the argument but resolving this argument, and remending the relationship with the other person and making the relationship go further. I'm pretty sure he'll give you a completely different answer than, hey, how can I win this argument? Break down this other person's stuff. That's, I don't
Yeah.
know.
I mean, I feel like this whole thing is just very very difficult because yeah,
I know a lot of people are using ChatGPT for a lot of things. I do remember reading about how a lot of people are using ChatGPT for like their therapy, and they're using like
For a lot of different things that you wouldn't normally assume.
yeah, but they're doing it, they're using it, do my homework for me.
Mm.
They're using it for a lot of different things.
I think the crazy thing was that people were using it or or a company was trying to use it for like legal advice, and it was like all
Oh
messed
yeah, it
up.
was crazy.
But I think the thing that really shows the issue is that like the guy was like voicing his concern, as you can see up here, and the chat GPT was saying that this person was insecure, or that the chat GPT was saying that the guy was did not have the emotional bandwidth to understand what the girlfriend was saying. I'm like, I don't know, this is really weird.
It doesn't seem healthy at the
No.
most, at the but I feel like I will say that I understand them using ChatGPT to maybe they needed to understand, but at the same time it's like to use it every single time, I
Yeah,
think
it's like
is
every single
like
it's like
you don't I feel like they don't have the what's the word for emotional intelligence to go through and resolve it themselves.
yeah, I guess it's like an easy button. It's like, oh hey, fix
Yeah.
this. Or like instead of having her come up with like an argument or a reason, she just like asks like validation from ChatGPT, and then ChatGPT will reply back.
Because do you think that this person is growing um when using ChatGPT all the time
I
for these
I don't think
arguments?
so. I think it's she's using it as like a crutch to like
Yeah, that's what I
fight her
think.
battles. Because I mean, he could also just use ChatGPT to like talk. But I mean, at this point, I think that this highlights the bigger issue, and like, I don't think this is healthy for anybody. She if she needs to go turn to ChatGPT for like I don't know not relationship advice, more so like how to win an argument. I don't think this is
Yeah,
going
I
well.
I think like I'm just like skimming this the bottom part right here that says my big issue is that it's her formulating the prompt. So if she explains that I'm in the wrong, it's going to agree without me having a chance to explain things. Which like I mentioned earlier, it's what the person puts into the prompt. It could spit out almost exactly what you would want it
Yeah,
to be, and maybe be a
you can
little bit
like
of an echo chamber.
yeah, well, definitely because if you're prompting it to say like I'm in the right, make an argument saying that like validating my thoughts in this whole thing.
You could even prompt it like probably to say it's like, hey, I'm debating with this person and this is what they said is
Yeah,
a different way to formulate like the best
yeah,
outcome.
and it's like uh, you can like prompt it to say like find a way to I guess win the argument or like like poke
Hmm.
holes, and then you can like prompt it to do basically whatever you want,
Hmm.
and it kind of shows. And I don't think this is yeah this is like yeah this keep we keep going back to like this is not healthy.
No,
And I
it's
don't think this is like a good way forward. And I think this is
but
just a giant red flag
but is this guy the asshole?
for asking her to stop using it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I, I mean, you know, saying that you shouldn't, well, should stop doing because like it's
I feel like it's good to set boundaries.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what I would say. I think it's good to set boundaries if something's making
make you feel
that
uncomfortable.
yeah, making them feel uncomfortable. I think it's good to go through and say it's like, hey,
But
you
it's like for
know,
every single thing. I think
yeah,
this is like a red flag, and you should probably um, you know,
you should probably talk about it.
no, because then she'll just go to Chat GPT.
Oh, oh, they
I think
think
you just need to cut it off.
yeah,
It
probably.
might hurt, but
They've been dating for like 8 months, is what
eight
they said.
months. But I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
just end it.
A couple big arguments is crazy too. Small disagreements
But I
recently.
mean, like big arguments. I mean,
Each time
yeah,
we argue, my girlfriend will go away and discuss the argument with ChatGPT, even doing so in the same room sometimes.
that's like very disrespectful. I
So
don't know.
that is, yeah, it is. It's a little.
It's very weird. It's I don't know. It's like very confrontational and like it's
It's very
like weird.
undermined. Yeah, I don't know.
It's like you're
Yeah,
going to like
it's disrespectful.
a third party almost, and then like you're airing the grievances, and then having that person like say that you suck. And it's like, I don't what.
Yeah, he even says it here. I've explained to her that I don't like her doing it. So it's like
I
I
think
feel like
anybody
I'm
would.
being ambushed with thoughts and opinions from a robot. It's nearly impossible for a human being to remember every small detail and break it down bit by bit, but AI has no issue doing so. 100%. It's crazy.
Nah,
It's so crazy to think about is that
this is happening.
well, yes, because this didn't happen what, 5 years ago?
No.
Didn't happen 10 years
Well,
ago.
in some ways it does because like
Mm.
she would just go talk to her friends and then they would say like, "Oh, he's way in the
No, but a
wrong."
robot.
Yeah, not a robot.
Yeah, exactly. A robot who could remember every single
Every
detail
single
and break
detail
down a well-constructed argument with
in
literally
seconds.
in seconds with the manpower of the internet.
So,
with
I
with X the everything app.
I think like that. So this is the last bit for people who stayed. I don't know who stayed this long, but I think this is like the power of AI to gaslight someone. Because like you can prompt it to say like I'm right and they're wrong, so make an argument that like makes them feel bad, and then and then it does it,
That's
and
just
then
so
it's like
good.
oh they formulate an argument specifically to make them feel like they're in the wrong.
I will say this.
Professional gaslighter.
I will say this, it's like the younger generations growing up with AI, and this is going to be a tool that they're going to
Yeah,
use very
all the time.
frequently. Yeah, like all the time, very frequently. And it's things like this that are going to become more and more common,
Yeah.
especially it's like the things that they talk about. It's like, how is AI going to be integrated into people's lives? This is like a prime
Mhm.
example of it.
Yeah, I mean, like this picture here is just Fry being a bender. It's like,
Oh my
well,
God. Yeah.
I don't know if this is gonna work out, but I think that this kind of echoes a thing that we grew up with, where social media and all this other stuff, like the internet becoming more of a thing, was seen as like a very big turning point in terms of like now your life is being dictated or like compared to on like a larger scale in terms of like you're being compared with like the best people or the like all your friends and seeing what they're doing, but now it's like everything you're doing potentially could be compared to AI and like what it thinks. And so it's
Mhm.
like, oh, like if AI is telling you you suck, then like
Yeah. It does remind me of one of my favorite quotes. Comparison is the thief of joy. So,
yeah,
yeah, it's hard. It's a way different world we're gonna be living in pretty soon.
but I mean, we're living in it now.
Now, yeah,
Yeah,
true.
it's like I don't know, man. It's immediately.
Hmm.
So yeah, let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think about this whole thing? I think that this is like it's not surprising that this is happening, but like it's also surprising that like she'd be this so blatant about it and do it in front of them and immediately come back and say like the stuff. It's like not even really trying to hide that like is ChatGPT like saying that they're wrong.
It's like she didn't think about it.
Well, no,
Yeah, I
it's like
mean, like,
why
yeah,
easy button.
easy button,
It's like
yeah.
oh like win the argument for me, done.
Hmm.
So yeah, let us know your thoughts and comments down below. What do you think this is? I mean, I feel like this is so, like
This stuff is gonna be way more common.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's definitely because people are writing emails and stuff. So it's gonna be like the next step. It's like all my interactions.
all
Riz
AI.
Riz GPT.
Riz GPT, yeah.
Throwback to
To an
that
earlier
video.
video.
Riz. But yeah, let us know your thoughts in the comments down below.